Hi everyone, and welcome to our English 1A class. I'm going to go over a quick slideshow that just sort of introduces you to some basic things you need to know for our summer class. So a little bit about me. My name is Erin Fujinami. You're welcome to just call me Erin or Mrs. Fujinami or Mrs. Fuji, whatever makes you happy. I'm very flexible with it. I got my bachelor's and master's from Fresno State, and I'm currently working on my doctorate up at CSU East Bay when I'm not teaching. I'm also a mom, a wife, and a pet mom, so I've got some kids and a husband and a bunch of pets. We love to travel. I love reading. I love cooking. Again, when I'm not teaching and or grading all of the things. So here's some pictures of some of my pets, some of my kids, my husband, and just some of our outings that we've had. I look forward to getting to know everybody. So feel free to reach out whenever you need help. Know that I'm here to support your success however I can. With that in mind, here's how you can reach me. You can also find all of this information in our syllabus and on our class website. But some general tips to be aware of. Try to contact me during school hours. Always include your name and the course that you're in, and then whatever details you can so that I can answer all the questions that you have the first time. So tell me what class you're in. If there's like an assignment that you have a question about, tell me the name of the assignment, that kind of thing. In terms of how to best reach me, sorry for coughing if you have headphones on. Texting is the fastest way. So you can join our class on this app called Remind, and that'll allow you to text me and to get text message updates from me without actually sharing phone numbers. So details about how to do that are in our syllabus. Go ahead and head there, join our class on Remind, and then you can send me a text anytime. I do my best to answer those right away, but I don't answer my texts from students like in the evenings or on weekends, unless I happen to have, a free moment or I'm working anyway and I see it. So just be aware of that. You can also email me. So you can email me through Canvas or through your through your Fresno City student portal. I teach a couple of different places. So you can reach me any of those ways, lots of different ways to reach me. If you email me, know that it'll probably take me 2 business days to get back to you. So I appreciate your patience. I know that your questions are important. That's why I also have the Remind app as an option for you. All right, so what to expect with online learning? We don't have any scheduled Zoom meetings because our class is asynchronous. So you'll see videos like this one from me, along with slideshows and handouts that I have chosen specifically for you. Those are the things that you're going to need to work with throughout the week in order to be prepared for your assignments, which are due on Canvas. So you've got those weekly lectures, readings, all of that. Those are available every week on Sunday. Or you can skip ahead if you want to see what's coming up by looking at our schedule of classes in the syllabus. All of the links to everything you need for the whole semester are available there so that if you need some extra time or you want to look ahead, you're able to do that. Work is due on Canvas every Wednesday and every Friday by 11:59 p.m. So on a Sunday, you'll see a new thing on Canvas called a module. It's like an online folder that shows you everything that we're going to be doing that week. And then by Wednesday and Friday, you need to have watched some lectures, done some readings, and be prepared to do discussion board posts or other assignments that are due on Canvas. So you kind of need to get your bearings on a Sunday or Monday. Figure out a plan that works for you to get stuff done that week, depending on your work and school and all of those things, and then turn things in on Wednesday and Friday. Group collaboration is also built into our class. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but all of your work is individual. So you have a group that you work with, but everybody is graded individually. Tutoring is also built in. And tutoring is available for free through Fresno City campus, either on campus or online. So we'll talk more about that as well. All right, so some goals that we have in English 1A. This class is going to help you learn how to read, write, and think critically about important issues. Learn and practice some basics that are going to be expected of you in future college classes, and pretty much just prepare you for everyday expectations, going forward in the rest of your academic career. It'll also help you build a community of people you can rely on throughout the rest of your college career. So, really lean into those groups and that tutoring and build yourself a good support system. All right, the syllabus. I'll have a separate video where I go over the syllabus and our class website, which all have great information for you. But just know that the syllabus is this big document that has everything that you need to know about how our class works, when things are due, how to contact me, how to contact your groups or a tutor, how things are graded. All of that stuff is in the syllabus. So you can find the syllabus on our Canvas page. And I'll also be emailing out a copy of it if you're just now getting started in class while we work out, how to get into Canvas if you're brand new to that. So by the end of class, students should be able to analyze and interpret professional texts, including a book-length work, and we're not reading a whole book this time. We're going to meet that requirement with several different short stories, so you don't have to read like a big novel. You'll also be writing various thesis-driven essays with relevant evidence, including a research essay. And you should be using academic language effectively while you're doing all of that. So these are the things that we're working towards with all of our different assignments. All right, so let's get into tutoring. Tutoring is available for free. Remember that 5 tutoring meetings are required for our class. So that's just part of your grade to attend tutoring. But there's a lot of flexibility built in. So we have tutoring due dates, and you can look at those on the syllabus under the schedule of classes so that you can plan for those and make sure that you fit them into your schedule, because I know everybody is busy. You can also attend these on campus at a variety of different locations. There are links to each of those locations of their hours and contact info and all of that in our syllabus and on the class website. And you can go in person or online, but all of it is free, okay? So keep those things in mind. Plan to attend some tutoring early. Due dates are in the syllabus. Links are all available on our website and in the syllabus. If you're having any trouble, make sure that you reach out to me, and I'm happy to help. So some of our tutoring options are here in this presentation. So one of them is the PASS Center, and this is great because we also have a PASS tutor that is like specifically helping out with our class. So we have an embedded tutor that can see everything that you see on Canvas. They can access all of these videos and things, and they're there with that specialized knowledge of our class to help you even more than maybe a tutor who isn't familiar with our class might be able to. So PASS is a great option for completing your tutoring. You don't have to work with our PASS tutor. You can work with any PASS tutor, but it's nice to know that we have one that's like specific for you guys. We also have the tutorial center, so I've got their location and hours and contact information here for you. Another great resource for getting tutoring. And the Writing and Reading Center. Again, another option for how to get those tutoring requirements met. Remember that you can go to any of these. They are all free, and most of them offer both online and in-person options. So let's move on to what you can expect every week during class. So for weekly work, we have assigned readings that are posted on Canvas weekly on Sunday, and you'll need to read them in preparation for your assignments that are due Wednesday and Friday. You also have assigned recorded lectures like this one, so make sure that you watch them. They are, specific for your class, and they're always meant to help you better understand, the content that we're working with, or upcoming assignments and requirements, all that good stuff. So make sure you watch those lectures. And then we have weekly discussions that are due a couple times a week. So you'll see those due on Wednesday and Friday, and you'll complete those on Canvas. You will have already read things and watched things that prepare you to answer the questions that are in those weekly discussions. So that's what you can expect every week. Specifically because this is a short-term class, it's important to note that we have a pretty condensed schedule. So you've taken a summer class, right? And while that's great that those exist, it's important for students to remember that we're not doing any less than a regular semester class does. We're just doing it in a shortened time period. So make sure that you set goals for yourself and tackle our readings and assignments in chunks so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. Do a little bit, walk away, come back, do a little bit more stuff, and just remember that it's going to be a condensed schedule, meaning we're going to be busy for, the several weeks that we're in class. But at the end of it, hopefully you feel really accomplished, that you are done with English 1A and you can move on to your next classes. So we do have essays that we write still. They are pretty quick in terms of like how fast we get through them. So this is a 6-week class, meaning we will have a unit of stuff that we cover in 1 week. And then the following week, we're just working on the essay. And then we'll start a new unit, work on the essay, then start a new unit and work on the essay. We'll do that 3 times and then you'll be done. So 3 essays, 6 weeks, you can do this. We have lots of support available. So everyone's going to be put into groups. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We also have all of that tutoring, and then I'm always here to help you as well. So speaking of groups, we do lots of collaboration in this class. Some of my research that I have done just as a scholar has led me to see that groups and collaboration really make a big difference for students, especially students who are going through writing classes. So no matter what you're working on, there's going to be some level of collaboration. So if it's discussion board posts, you'll be responding to each other. We also have groups where you'll talk to one another and just kind of be there to support each other through this class. So try to kind of lean into that and be okay with sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your writing with your peers. Know that everybody is going through this together and we're all here to help each other succeed, right? So let's talk a little bit more about groups. So everybody gets to be a part of a group this semester. Any group collaboration that you do, so that can be like participating in a group text, meeting online, going to tutoring together and meeting in person, or meeting in person on campus, or chatting in any other format that you want. That all counts as a group meeting, okay? So it's really flexible. There are no graded group assignments, so everybody is just participating in a group, and then 5 times throughout the semester, you are also going to be reflecting individually and privately on how you've been showing up for your group. So we're in groups, but they're only there to help you. It's not going to be a typical group project situation where one person is doing all the work or anything like that, because everyone has to do those group reflections individually. And they're private, right? So you and I are the only ones who see those group reflections. So if things aren't going well, or if you're not showing up for your group and you want to try and do better, that's all okay to say. You're going to get credit for just completing the group reflection and just giving groups a try. You can see which group you're in by going to Canvas and then modules and then our welcome module and clicking where it says get in touch with your groups. You can also click on this beautiful duck right here, and that will take you to the group slides, where you can see which group you're in and have more information about how to contact groups and all of that good stuff. So reach out to your groups right away and start collaborating. If you have anything that's going, really badly with your group, or you're like really averse to this, feel free to reach out and we'll talk about it. All right, what to expect from me. I do my best to provide clear expectations for all of your assignments so that you know what to do, how and where to turn things in. If you're ever confused, please reach out. I'm always open to talk about your progress, your grades, how things are going. I'll also be posting new modules. So again, that's those online weekly folders every week, usually by Sunday. and I will do my best to respond to you quickly when you have questions. Remember, if you email me, it might take me a couple of business days to get to you. If you text me on the Remind app, I do my best, and I usually am able to answer you within about one day. All right, so what is next? The next thing you should do is head to Canvas and go through our welcome module. In that, you're going to find all kinds of important documents and videos that you need to watch in order to get started in class. So you'll find information about your group, different things that we're going to do as we start our first week together, along with all kinds of links to helpful tutorials, like if Canvas is new and you need some help with that, or if you don't know how to log into your email, all of those things are there. Once you've clicked through everything in the welcome module, then you'll be able to access our week 1 module. And in that, you're going to find our first weekly schedule, your first assigned lectures and readings, and then this week's assignments. So remember, we are in a short-term class, which means we have work starting like right away, right? So also remember that things are due each week on Wednesday and Friday. And remember that our course uses these things called requirements and prerequisites. So what that means is you won't be able to get to your week 1 work until you read everything in the welcome module. And then once we're headed into week 2, you can't access that until you've done week 1. So everything builds on each other. So make sure that you start with the welcome module, then go to week 1. All right, so thank you all for being here. I'm glad to have you. I look forward to getting to know everybody.